Coming up on Mountain News this morning, one community is grieving the loss of a beloved member of the police force. And we're learning more about the suspect accused of causing the officer's death following a court hearing on Monday.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. 6 o'clock here on this Tuesday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. It is November 1st, which means technically I'm the first person to tell you all Merry Christmas. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. Brandon, we bypassed Thanksgiving here, buddy.
Listen,
it is Christmas.
Here is the thing. All right, I'm going to get in a quick discussion about the holiday season in general. Once 12:01 hit last night, I'm like you. I'm all Christmas all the way. But everybody is always like, you're forgetting Thanksgiving. No, I'm not.
We don't forget Thanksgiving.
We don't forget Thanksgiving because,
I'm working Thanksgiving. How can I forget
Thanksgiving.
it?
So, I mean, again, we're not trying to rush through.
No.
October 1st starts the holiday season. And there's 3 holidays.
But we kind of just glance over Thanksgiving.
That's right. We go straight on to Christmas.
I mean, you know, Christmas, I saw on TikTok yesterday, Christmas is a season. Thanksgiving is a day.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, especially right here in the heart. All right, let's get into it this morning. We'll take you up on parts of Whitesburg Pine Mountain there on US 119, and things looking pretty good out there. A little bit foggy, so be careful. Temperatures in the 50s pretty much area-wide at this point. Everybody is below 60, even Ashland. 51 in Clintwood is the cool spot this morning, so still relatively mild, a normal day on the coffee meter. And as we clear the donuts away for the next dozen hours, you'll see again clouds this morning, some spotty showers, maybe some peaks of sunshine, and very similar to where we were yesterday, right back to 66 for a daytime high, roughly. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Monday was an emotional night in London as the community gathered to remember Officer Logan Medlock. The 26-year-old officer was killed early Sunday morning by an alleged drunk driver. Our Keaton Hall has more on the candlelight vigil attended by hundreds of people.
A time for a community to shower love and mourn together.
Those standing in front of me, they can feel it. They can feel every prayer and every word, every hug. And this is just like one big giant prayer and hug that's going to them right now.
And a time to remember.
Watch you take over Sunday school rooms, teach Sunday school. Man, that's something to be proud of, ain't it, Brink?
Tuesday night, a crowd of people remembered the life of Logan Medlock, a London police officer who was killed in the line of duty at 26 years old.
I've had to do a lot of hard things the last 36 hours. This is one of them right here.
Logan was a father, a husband, and the son of London Assistant Police Chief Randy Medlock.
Jesus forgave me. It may not be soon, but I had to forgive that man that killed my son for me.
A time to appreciate the ones you have.
Never be embarrassed or be ashamed to tell your brother or your sister you love them. Mean it, live it, exemplify it, because that's what Logan done every day.
Remembering one of London's finest. In London, Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News.
Medlock's funeral will begin at noon on Friday at Corinth Baptist Church in London. The visitation is Thursday night at the church beginning at 5 p.m. The service will be live streamed and can be seen on the Bowling Funeral Home Facebook page. The burial will follow at the funeral at Roark Cemetery in Keavee. The man accused of killing Officer Medlock made his first appearance in court on Monday. Casey Bird of Oneida, Tennessee, is charged with the murder of the police officer in DUI. Investigators say his blood alcohol was more than 3 times the legal limit at the time of the crash just before 1 o'clock Sunday morning. Bird told police officers he had just left a friend's house and admitted he should have stayed there. During the court hearing, a not guilty plea was entered on his behalf. A judge set his bond at $1 million. We also have learned Bird had been arrested in a separate incident last month in Knox County, Tennessee. Officials with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation say Bird was arrested on September 30th on a charge of public intoxication. According to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Bird is currently employed as a senior officer specialist at the United States Penitentiary McCreary a federal prison in McCreary County. Bird will be back in court next Tuesday. In other news, one man on the run for felony theft was arrested in Laurel County. Kevin Hale was arrested for falsely reporting a missing person. Deputies say after investigating, they found that not only did Hale allegedly report a missing person, but he had warrants out for his arrest in Ohio. He was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. In regional news, Richard Allen has been charged in the 2017 murders of two teenagers in Delphi, Indiana. 13-year-old Abigail Williams and 14-year-old Liberty German had gone on a hike during a day off from school in February 2017, but they never returned. The girls' bodies were found 18 hours later in the woods. Authorities said the investigation is far from complete and they cannot release more details on the case just yet.
The judge did find probable cause for an arrest of Richard Allen. He's been charged with 2 counts of murder for the murder of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. This investigation is still very ongoing. We're keeping the tip line open, the tip email open. We encourage everybody to continue to call in tips, not only about Richard Allen, but about any other person that you may have.
Well, pictures the girls had taken during the hike drew scrutiny from police after one appeared to show a grainy, pixelated image of a man on an abandoned bridge. Police also released an audio recording of the alleged killer in hopes the public could identify the suspect's voice. Allen has pleaded not guilty. The FBI says the Lady of the Dunes of Provincetown, the oldest unidentified murder victim in Massachusetts, has been identified as Ruth Marie Terry of Tennessee. The woman, whose identity had been unknown for almost half a century, was found dead in the dunes about a mile east of Race Point Ranger Station in Provincetown on July 26, 1974. She was found naked, laid out on a beach towel with her head resting on folded jeans. Investigators believe she had been killed 10 days to 3 weeks before the body was found. Ruth Marie Terry was 37 years old. There have been no arrests in the case. And prosecutors in California have announced a list of charges against the man they say attacked the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Paul Pelosi was beaten with a hammer inside the couple's San Francisco home during a break-in on Friday. CBS's Dina Demetrius has the latest from Los Angeles.
The man who police say attacked the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi faces federal charges of assault and kidnapping. The Department of Justice announced the charges against David DePape this afternoon.
Across of Scott and Normandy.
A source tells CBS News Paul Pelosi was able to call 911 early Friday morning after asking his alleged attacker if he could go to the bathroom. There, he called 911 and left his phone on, allowing authorities to launch a quick response. San Francisco's police chief says officers arrived within 3 minutes. They found Pelosi and DePape fighting over a hammer. DePape allegedly grabbed hold and used it to strike Pelosi in the head. Both men were rushed to San Francisco General Hospital, where a source tells CBS News Pelosi remained conscious and able to talk before undergoing surgery to correct a depressed skull fracture. DePape was treated for minor injuries. CBS News has learned the suspect carried a bag containing zip ties and duct tape. He shouted, "Where's Nancy?" after entering the home. Speaker Nancy Pelosi was in Washington at the time. The alleged attack came days before the midterm elections, as some Get Out the Vote ads have taken direct aim at her.
I've seen the dehumanization of Nancy Pelosi. I don't think anyone's been dehumanized like she has consistently.
In an exclusive interview with CBS News' Major Garrett, California Governor Gavin Newsom blamed conservative networks and social media for escalating political rhetoric to a dangerous level.
Don't tell me that's not aiding and abetting all this. Of course it is. They're sowing the seeds of creating a culture and a climate like this.
DePape will appear in court for the first time Tuesday afternoon. Dina Demetrius, CBS News, Los Angeles.
There has been an uptick in political violence. U.S. Capitol Police says there were nearly 9,600 threats made against lawmakers last year. Well, back here at home, Partners for Rural Impact Appalachia celebrated the new Appalachian headquarters location on Monday. Well, their focus is on ensuring all children in rural places achieve success. The ribbon cutting was held outside the new building in Hazard with many local community members and leaders attending. Speakers included Associate Vice President for Partners of Rural Impact Appalachia, Amon Couch.
How can we make the lives of children and families in eastern Kentucky stronger? They're already strong. We want to make it stronger. And so that's how we do the work. But you see by the turnout today, there's a lot of groups here.
Members of the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky, the Chamber of Commerce, and various local and regional organizations were at the ribbon cutting, excited for what Partners of Rural Impact Appalachia is going to bring here to Eastern Kentucky.
6:10 here on this Tuesday morning. Welcome to November. If you're just getting up and joining us, it is a new month, and the new month starting out pretty much like the old month ended there with the forecast. Some clouds, some scattered chances for a few sprinkles out there this morning. Not nearly as much as yesterday, but you still see a little bit of green on the mix there this morning, so some light rain a possibility, especially east of Hazard this morning. Temperatures in the 50s everywhere, from 51 in Clintwood to 59 Prestonsburg, Ashland, Moorhead, and Jacksboro. That is our range this morning. A lot of mid to upper 50s out there. Your day planner, clouds will be with us for a little while, but some sunshine possible later today as temperatures top out in the low to mid to upper 60s. Dakota?
All right, Brennan, thank you so much. Well, it's almost 6:11 when we come back here on Mountain News this morning. With the midterm election just 1 week away, we'll have a preview of some of the biggest races across the country.